Welcome back. Today, we are going to get into a story that is, well, timeless. It's all about a massive choice between getting seriously rich and sticking to your principles. It's a story that really starts with a big question.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. What's the real cost? We all face little versions of this, right? But the stakes are rarely as high as they were for this man, Abraham. Okay, so let's set the scene.
So, picture this, the land of Canaan. A huge war has just torn through the region, and in the chaos, the city of Sodom has fallen. Its people, all of them, have been captured and hauled away.
And this is where the story gets really personal for Abraham. Someone escapes the battle and runs to him with just terrible news. His own nephew, Lot, is one of the prisoners. All of a sudden, this distant war is right on his doorstep. So now Abraham has a choice to make. And here's what's so interesting. He had every reason, every reason, to just stay out of it. This wasn't just going to be a physical fight. It was a major test of his character.
Look at his options. The easy path? Do absolutely nothing. Abram didn't have an army, and let's be honest, his nephew Lot had been pretty greedy, taking the best land for himself earlier on. Abram could have just shrugged and said, well, you reap what you sow. But
No, he chose the hard path. He showed this incredible, courageous loyalty. He doesn't even hesitate. He just gathers up his men and immediately takes off after the enemy. This one decision, it tells you everything you need to know about who Abraham was.
And how big was his army? 318 men. That's it. Just let that sink in. He's going after a conquering army, an army that just won a major war with just 318 guys. The odds were, well, they were completely insane.
But then, the impossible happens. Even though he's ridiculously outnumbered, his courage pays off. The enemy is somehow delivered right into his hands. And he doesn't just rescue his nephew, Lot. He rescues all the prisoners. So the battle was won, right? Well, yes, the physical one is. But another kind of test was just getting started.
So as Abraham is coming back from this huge victory, he's met by the king of Sodom, who, by the way, is described as this wicked, cunning guy. And this king, he has an offer for Abraham, and it's a really, really good one.
Here's the deal he lays out. He says, look, you just give me my people back, and you can keep everything else. All the goods, the plunder, the wealth, it's all yours. This would have made Abraham fabulously wealthy. It's a massive reward for what he just did. And right here, this is the absolute climax of the story. The shooting war is over, but now a different kind of battle begins. Abraham has to make this defining choice. Take a life-changing profit or stick to his principles. And his answer is just incredible. He completely refuses. He says, I won't take a single thread, not even a shoelace. And his reason why is so powerful. He says he will not let a man like the king of Sodom ever have the ability to say, I'm the one who made Abraham rich. He refused to be indebted to evil. So how could he so easily turn down that kind of wealth? Because his trust wasn't in earthly kings. Abraham had put his faith in the possessor of heaven and earth. And think about it, when you believe that your provider owns the entire universe, an offer from a local petty king doesn't seem like that big of a deal. So Abraham says no to the material reward. He walks away from the money. But that's not where the story ends, because right after this amazing act of integrity, a much, much greater reward comes his way. God himself speaks to Abraham and says this, I am a shield to you. Your reward shall be very great. The contrast here is just stunning, isn't it? Abraham rejects the temporary stuff from a wicked king, and in return, he gets the eternal protection and promise of God himself. So what does all this mean for us today? Well, this old story is still so relevant. It's a powerful reminder that the true rewards in life aren't always about money, that having integrity, that builds its own kind of wealth. And yeah, saying no to a compromise might feel like you're losing out in the short term, but this story suggests the ultimate reward is something or someone so much bigger. Which brings us right back to where we started. We all have our own kings of Sodom showing up in our lives, don't we? Offering us tempting shortcuts, easy money, a little compromise here and there. So the question this story leaves hanging in the air is this. When that moment comes for you, which king are you going to serve?